Hey guys, welcome back. I'm actually doing this intro for this video because I actually forgot to film an intro that day that I made the video. So I wanted to go ahead and film an intro and let you guys know that I am actually using a bunch of new products that I purchased, and I wanted to show you my first impressions on those products. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. All right guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I have this Clinique Moisture Surge 72-hour replenishing hydrator, and it comes in a box like this. I actually got this at the 21 days of, I don't remember what it's called. It's like 21 days of Ulta or something like that. But anyways, this was a moisturizer that I got for half off, and my friend Jules uses this and she really likes it, so I want to go ahead and use it today. I have actually had a sample of this. I think she gave it to me and I liked it, but I don't remember why I stopped using it. I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over my face. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped using this moisturizer. Probably because I ended up buying something else and I only had a sample of the one before. Feels really good on the skin. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with these number 7 Hydrogel Eye Masks. I've actually mentioned these before in one of my favorites videos, and I'm gonna use these under my eyes while I'm actually putting on my eyeshadow today. These eye gel masks work so good, guys. They give you like instant results and I love them. And you only have to keep them on like 10 to 15 minutes. I don't have a new eyelid primer, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base. I've used this for quite a long time and I absolutely love it. I'm just using a little Sonia Kashuk round brush. It's just an eye brush to place that on my eyelids. I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyelids with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. All right, so for my eyes today, I'm so excited to be showing you this new palette that I purchased from Mcgrath Labs, and it's the Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette. It comes in this beautiful cardboard box. There's like a lady's face on the front. It's just gorgeous. She always has beautiful packaging. And of course, it comes in this beautiful, luxurious packaging here. I love her packaging. It's just so exquisite and so beautiful, and I just absolutely love it. So here's what it looks like on the outside. It's her typical black lacquer palette, and then on the back it's got the gold backing, and then inside of course it has like this beveled mirror, which is gorgeous, and then it's got all the shades here. Oh my gosh, these shades are so beautiful, guys. I cannot wait to put these on my eyes. So let me show you a card. This card actually comes in the palette, and it has like all the names of the shades that are in the palette. So I'm gonna use the card for reference so I can let you know exactly what shades I'm putting on my eyes today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the eye look. So I'm using the Morphe M441 to start off with. It's just like a blending brush. I'm gonna go into the shade Entrapment, and it's this shade right here. And I'm gonna go into my crease. That's nicely pigmented. That's a beautiful shade. I really love this color. It's just a beautiful color. It's a lot darker than what I normally put for a transition color, but it's okay. It's still a gorgeous color. So the next shade I'm gonna go into is called Disobedient. It's this darker shade right here. It's more like a chocolate, like a dark chocolate brown. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M514. This actually is a brush that's a little bit smaller than the blending brush. I'm gonna go into the crease with that. Well, It looks like it's not really blending in very well with that brown. It looks kind of choppy, but I'm gonna try to blend it a little bit more. See if it'll blend out. And I didn't go in with much product because I saw that this was already really pigmented. You don't need a lot. It feels like it's not blending in really well. I don't know why. I'm gonna go back in with the M441, just kind of blend everything out. Okay guys, you really have to blend these colors. You have to take time and blend them. They will blend out eventually, but you really have to take the time to blend them. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Blitz Flame. I wanna use this shade so bad because it's like a red shade. So I really wanna go in with that one. I'm gonna use a MAC 242 brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can get enough pigment with it with the brush, and if I can't, I'm just gonna use my finger. And I'm actually gonna place this all over my lid. It looks like it's coming off on the brush really well. So I'm gonna place it all over my lid. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, guys, I love this shade. So I'm just taking it all over the lid and then like going right to my crease right here. So I'm not going above the crease. I'm gonna have to come back with some more of the Disobedient in the crease. My gosh, guys, I really love this shade. It's gonna be perfect for the fall. What do you guys think? So pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of go back into that crease with a little bit of Disobedient. And I'm using that M514 brush that I used before. And I'm gonna kind of blend that red shade with the Disobedient. So I'm also going to go in the corner of my eye and just get some there to add depth. Just kind of darken it up a little bit. And it's okay if it's a little messy, we'll clean it up here in a little bit. I just want to blend it really well with Blitz Flame. That looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of Entrapment to kind of blend the top of that, the top of Disobedient to make it kind of like more where it doesn't look so harsh. So I'm just gonna go over the edges. All right guys, I have been blending for just a little bit because I really feel like with the darker colors, you have to blend so much more. I want to use one of these like glittery shades, and I'm not sure which one I want to go in because I really like that it's looking really like fallish, but I think I want to go crazy and use like this like kind of greenish color. I don't know if I want to go in with like this green right here or like this kind of rose gold. It looks like rose gold in the packaging, but I'm not sure which one I want to go in. I think I just want to try the green color. I'm just going to go for it. That green color is called VR Fire Opal. And so what I want to do is I want to wet my brush to actually place this color on my lid. And I'm just going to place it in the center of my lid. I'm using that same MAC 242 brush. I'm just using the opposite side. And I'm wetting it with the Scandinavia Bridal Finishing Spray. So I'm gonna go in with that shade and just put that on the center of my lid. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's different. It's like really different that it adds that like pop to your lid. So I really love it. I love how this is going on. So there is quite a bit of fallout that's kind of fallen on my lashes right here. When I close my eye, you can see it. And I'll just clean that up here in a minute. But just know that with this shade, or probably with all the glittery shades, you're gonna have to do your eyes first and then your foundation. That way you can clean up the fallout that falls onto your face or on your eyelashes or whatnot. So yeah, I really love this shade here. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back in because I got some glitter like on my crease. I just wanna go back in. I'm not gonna put any product on the brush, but I'm just gonna kind of go back in and fill in that area, or remove all that glitter from there and darken it up. I'm gonna go ahead and brush my lashes, clean all that up, and I'll be right back so we can start on the rest of my face. All right guys, I'm back. I went ahead and took off the Hydrogel Eye Masks, and I went in with a brown bone shade from the Natasha Denona Camel palette. I've been loving this palette, and I used this shade right here as a brow bone shade. I normally don't put a brow bone shade, but here lately I have been doing it, and I really like it because it kind of brightens up like that top part of the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and use my primer, my Tatcha primer today. I am testing out a new foundation that I've used once already, and so I wanna go ahead and use that again today because like I said, I am testing it out. And it's not a brand new foundation, it's actually a foundation that I'm putting this all over, and I meant to just put it on the outsides of my face because I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Poreless Primer. I'll still use my e.l.f. primer, no worries. But anyway, what I was saying about the foundation is that it's not a new foundation out there, but it is a foundation that I purchased before, and then a YouTuber that I watch really frequently, she stated that there's an ingredient in there that actually is bad for your skin and makes you actually age faster. So what I figured was that if I buy this foundation and I use it, I'm not gonna use it every single day. I'm only gonna use it on occasion. And that's only if it works for me. So like I said, I've been trying the foundation. I've tried it once before, and I'm gonna go ahead and use it today. So let me go ahead and show you what the foundation is. It's the Yves Saint Laurent All Hours Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Warm Toffee. So this is what it looks like, the outside packaging, and I'm sure this is not new to a lot of you guys, and I'm sure you've seen it all over YouTube, but here's the bottle itself. It's got this glass bottle, and of course it has a pump. So I will be using that today, and I'm going to be using it with, let me go ahead and put my e.l.f. primer on real quick. I love this stuff, and you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. I usually don't put a lot of this on my face because I feel like it's gonna get greasy later in the day. So I just put like just a tad bit just for this area. You don't need a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Sonia Kashuk Body Sponge Blender for my face today. My friend Jules had recommended it, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it today with that foundation. And I'm also gonna use it to apply my concealer. Let me go ahead and take it out of the box and wet it, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna do one pump, and then I'm just gonna use the back of the sponge. This sponge is huge. It's so funny how big it is. It's like almost as, well, not as big as my head, but it's really close. I kind of feel like the sponge is kind of soaking up a lot of the product. It's really not giving me like a full coverage look. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a brush, and I'm gonna grab the Angled Top Kabuki F84 brush. And I'm gonna use a brush because I do like a full coverage foundation, and I feel like the sponge is actually soaking up a lot of the foundation more than I want it to. So I will use the sponge to actually put my concealer on and some powder. So I'm gonna use this here in a bit, but I'm gonna go back in with a brush. Yeah, that's giving me better coverage. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. You guys know that I love this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and use that just here, just to give some glow to my skin. I'm I'm gonna go ahead and try to just dab it in with this sponge. Just very gently dab it in. Oh yeah. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I'm using the Magic Away Liquid Concealer by Charlotte Tilbury. I just purchased this, and I also purchased the powder that I'm gonna show you guys. So this is what it looks like. It's beautiful packaging. She always has great packaging. And then it comes with like a little sponge tip. I'm gonna go ahead and twist that. And then I'm gonna place this on my under eyes. A little bit more. It is a little bit darker than what I wanted. They didn't have anything lighter, like 5 or 6, so I had to purchase 7. So it's not bad, it's just not as brightening as I usually have it. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the sponge, and I'm using this tip here, which is really nice because it gets right into the corner. I really love this sponge for concealer, guys. It gets right into that corner and just hugs that part of your eye. I love that. All right, so the concealer's not bad. Just by looking at the concealer, it looks really nice and smoothing. It looks really good, and it has really great coverage. So far with the concealer, looks good. So you guys know I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape in Tan. I'm gonna put it where I think I need more coverage. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte's Genius Magic Powder Under Eye and Face Powder. And here's what it looks like. I got shade number 2, Fair Medium. All right, so I opened it up, and it has like this little turn deal right here, so you can actually close it when you're not using it. So I kind of like that because it keeps it from getting messy. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in the cap, about that much. And then I'm gonna use this same sponge to kind of smooth out any creases, which I actually don't have a lot of creases. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this sponge, kind of dip it in on the tip, and then press that into my under eyes. That actually helped brighten it up. Do you see the difference? So I like the way the powder went on. It doesn't look like crepey or anything or drying. It looks really, really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and use this powder for the rest of my face because you can use it for your face as well. I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put that all over. Ooh, guys, this gives it such a pretty soft glow. It's so beautiful. It looks like really smooth. Oh my gosh, guys, it looks so beautiful. Wow, I'm really impressed with that powder. It's gorgeous. It looks flawless, guys. It looks so good. So I'm gonna go in with this Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I've had this for a while. I have it in the original shade, and there is a shade for darker skin tones. I'm just gonna use the bronzer today because I actually have a highlighter that I wanna use. And I'm gonna go in with the other end of the Hourglass brush, and I'm just gonna dip it in here. I'm just gonna carve my cheekbones here. And then I'm going to put some on my forehead. Okay, so I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'll be back and I'll do my blush, my bronzer, my highlight, and my lips. So for my eyebrows, I used MAC Spiked, and I also used this product that I've had from Charlotte Tilbury called Legendary Brows. This stuff is really good, guys. It kind of like makes your brows a little bit thicker. You can use this to have like a more natural look, and it just makes your brows look a lot fuller. So yeah, so I use both of these. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my bronzer. I'm using the Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light. I've actually been using this bronzer like crazy, and I've been using it with the Makeup Forever professional brush, and I think it's the Straight and Wavy. It's just a kind of like a stippling brush, and I just put it into the product, tap it off, and then add it to my cheeks. I really love the way this bronzer goes on. It just has this really beautiful bronzy sheen to it, and it just makes your skin look really healthy and bronzed. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Bar of Gold palette by Charlotte Tilbury. Here's what it looks like. Comes with a mirror, and then it comes with these 3 shades here. I actually bought this palette when I bought the concealer and the powder, and I cannot wait to try it. So let me find a brush. Let me go ahead and tell you the names of these shades. We've got the original Bar of Gold, we've got Rose Gold, and we have Gold Bullion. So those are actually the 3 shades in this palette, and I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M. Actually, what I'm gonna do first, let me do this first. Let me go in with my blush, and I want to use one that I've been using quite a bit that I absolutely love, and it's called Naturally Flawless by MAC. I've been using this like crazy as well. I'm gonna go in with this Morphe R10 to actually place it on my cheeks. It's just a blush that actually goes with everything. You can use it with warm looks, you can use it with cool looks. It's just a beautiful blush that you can use for any look. See that? It's so gorgeous. I love this blush. Okay, so now let's get back to the highlighting palette. I'm so sorry I took all the attention away from this. It really needs more attention than I have given it. So I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M501. I think I'm gonna mix the original gold bar with the Gold Bullion. I'm gonna mix those 2 together. Guys, this looks so smooth on the skin. It's not too like crazy, and it doesn't like, I don't see any problem with my texture or anything like that. I'm gonna put it over my eyebrows, and then I'll put a little bit on my nose, and then on the top of my Cupid's bow. What do you guys think? I like it, it's beautiful. Okay, let me go ahead and finish off the bottom lash line, and I'm gonna go back into the Pat McGrath palette. I'm gonna go in with this small shader brush by Real Techniques. I'm gonna go into the shade Entrapment. Just gonna put that on the lower lash line. I wanna smoke this out, so I'm gonna come down a little bit further. All right, so I forgot to press record, and you guys missed that I actually put Blitz and Flame underneath my eyes here. So I didn't get to record that. I did blow it out on the bottom lash line. So now I'm going in with the Makeup Forever pencil and just lining my lips. And then I'm gonna go in with this NARS lip gloss in the shade Santo Domingo. That is a gorgeous shade. Feels really good on the lips. So I wanted just a little bit more of a warm nude lip. So I'm gonna go in with Appy by ColourPop and just kind of put that in the middle, just to kind of give it more of like that peachy pink tone. That's better. I'm gonna go ahead and top this lip gloss off with this Charlotte Tilbury Lip Plumper. And I'm just gonna put this on top of the lip gloss so it could just give kind of just that plumping effect. Okay, so let me go ahead and do my hair, and then I'll come back and share my first impressions with you of all the products that I used that were new to me today. Okay guys, I'm back. I did finish off my makeup with the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray in Bridal. I did finish off my bottom lashes with the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I've used this like forever. But I want to get into the products that are new to me and kind of just give you my first impressions of these products. I will start with the All Hours Foundation only because I've already used this product before and I want to give you kind of just a quick overview on the foundation. So I love the way the foundation lays on my skin. It did not do well with the sponge, so I actually went in with a brush and I liked the coverage with the brush better. It did seem to give me more of a full coverage. So, so far it looks really nice. It's been about 30 minutes since I've been back on camera and looking at it, it just looks really good on the skin. It just lays really well on the skin. So far so good. I will be wearing this throughout the day. I'll actually give you my thoughts when I do a review on this foundation. But like I said, I've been testing this foundation to see if it actually works for my skin type. And yeah, so I'll be wearing this quite a few more times before I actually give you my full thoughts on the foundation. All right, so the next product I want to bring up is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer. This concealer looks so good under the under eyes. It is like full coverage, it's smoothing, it doesn't crease. For a first impression, this thing is absolutely flawless. I really love how my under eyes look right now. They look really smooth. They're not crepey or drying or anything like that. I really love the way the concealer applied. It blended in really well and kind of just sunk into the under eyes and made it look really smooth. So I'm very impressed with this concealer. Now the Charlotte Genius Magic Powder for under eye and face. I absolutely love this for my face. My skin actually looks so flawless right now with this powder. I hate to say it, but I think I even love it more than my Hourglass powder that I've been like using nonstop. This is amazing. It's so good. It just makes my face look super flawless. I love the way that it applies and I'm gonna continue to use this. It just looks so good on the skin. I will say that it did a great job for my under eyes. I just feel like I need a little bit more brightening effect under there, and it might be the fact that the concealer was a little bit darker, but I might go back and just get number one because this one is actually number 2. This is the Fair Medium. I might go back and get the Fair just to try under my under eyes because it does look smooth. It doesn't look drying on the under eyes or anything. So I may go back and get number 1 so that I can use that for my under eyes and then use this one for my face. So yeah, I am excited about this powder. All right, so the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. This was new to me as well. So the shades are really gorgeous and it goes on really beautiful, but I would say that it's not anything you have to run out and buy. I do think it's a good product, but there are other highlighters that I love a little bit more than I'm liking this one. So I really think if you have a highlighter that you already love, there's really not a rush to go out and buy this. These colors aren't anything that you can't find in other brands for highlighters. But I will say it did apply beautifully. It looks really nice and soft on the skin, but it's not something that I think you need to have right now. Yeah, so that's all I can really say about it. Anyway, so let me talk about the Pat McGrath palette. The palette has some really beautiful shades in there. It's a perfect palette for fall. I will say that it does take a little bit of effort and time to use the dark shades that I used, which were Entrapment and Disobedient. Because of that, I would say that if you're used to putting eyeshadow on, then you could actually use this palette and work with it. If you're not used to putting eyeshadow on, this is probably not a palette that you want to spend your money on just yet because it does take work with the darker shades. There was fallout with this one, which is VR Fire Opal. So what I did off camera was I actually went over it with the NYX glitter glue and then I applied a little bit more on top and it intensified it and it didn't spread all over my eyelid like it did before. So I would say that if you're gonna use these glitter shadows, that you use a glitter glue prior to putting it on your lid unless you want that full glitter effect. I didn't use 2 of these glitter shades, nor did I use the dark purple or the other, 2 bronze shades just yet. But this shade here that I did use, the Blitz Flame, that shade is gorgeous. That is like one of the best shades in this palette. And that's what actually attracted me to the palette. So I really love the way this went on. It didn't take any effort at all. I used that MAC 242 and it just picked it right up on the brush and laid beautifully on the eyelid. So I'm actually gonna play with this palette a little bit more and try the other shades. But all in all, it is a beautiful palette. I'm just gonna have to play with it and use the other shades as well. So the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. This pencil is so creamy. It just goes really nicely on the lips, and I love this nude shade. It's just really pretty. When I got this, I actually went into Makeup Forever to get another pencil that I really loved, which was 5C, but they didn't have it, so she recommended this one, and I really love it. So I'm really glad that I bought it. So yeah, I really love this pencil, and I love the shade that it gave on my lips. So for the NARS lip gloss in Santo Domingo, this shade is perfect if you just want to have that pinky nude shade on your lips. The gloss feels really nice on the lips and it doesn't feel sticky or anything like that or too thick. And so I really like the lip gloss. I'm glad I got this shade because I don't think I have a lot of lip glosses that are this shade at all. So I'm really liking this. So the Clinique Moisture Surge went on really well. It actually sunk into the skin and didn't feel greasy at all. So I'm just gonna keep using it to see how well it plays with my skin. And I'm really glad that I purchased it for the price that I did because it was half off at Ulta at the time. So yeah, I'm just gonna play with it and see if it really works for my skin. So guys, that's the end of my first impressions. I'll list all the products down in the description box below. But for the most part, most of these products worked really well for me. Some were a little bit challenging, but overall, they were all really good products. So thanks guys for joining me, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.